Hey everyone, the numbers are in for Palmetto Trace for the first quarter of 2023. I'm Craig Duran with the Duran Group over at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices virtual office today, so I got to work on some of that camera for you. A couple things I want to talk about. Our MLS system has really upgraded the reporting, so I can show you a few more statistics to really give you some sense of what's happening in the market going forward, and then talk about pricing specifically. So let's take a look. Overall, I've got this search is homes between 400,000 and 750,000 across the beach. I need to adjust that a little bit for the townhome section, but you'll get the same idea. The number of sold listings is up dramatically since January. We've moved up quite a bit. In this market, actually, the number of sales in this price range is pretty high compared to even last year and the year before. When I was running condo numbers yesterday, it was just the opposite, that sales were down here and sales for condos were way up here. So that's a pretty encouraging thing. We do have more homes for sale in the market. We had a trend that was moving up, through October, November. That's actually down a little bit, which is kind of encouraging and helping the market somewhat. Price trends have moved up a little bit. The median sale price moved up in March a touch. It had come down quite a bit in February. Right now, one good number that we can take a look at to see the strength of a market, the asking price ratio to sales price ratio. So how much homes are ultimately selling for versus what the owner was originally asking. That's hovering at about 97.5%. So sellers are only having to negotiate about 2.5% on average to get a transaction in place. Days on market has moved up consistently. In January, it was at 52. We're upwards of pushing 80 now. I think this is, pardon me, it's a new system, so I don't completely have it covered. 78, 77 days. One thing that's probably adding to this a little bit, not only is the market a little slower than it has been, but a lot of times builders are putting in their new construction offerings in our system. And even though the house isn't done yet, they're showing it's for sale. So it may not be closing for 3 or 4 or 5 months, and that can really add to the months of or the days on market number. We'll have to watch that going forward. Months of inventory, it is a very healthy 2.4 months. Remember, I'm a big months of inventory guy. 2.4 months of inventory is very good. January, we moved up to about 5.5, which is about a balanced neutral market. We've had really good housing sales for the last 60 days or so. Interest rates have trickled down a little bit after kind of a shock initially a few months ago. 2.4 months of inventory, theoretically we would sell out of all of our houses in about 2.4 months. That's a very good market. That's really seller market territory. So anyone thinking about selling, it's a really good time. You can probably be a little ambitious on your pricing. We're getting ready to release a gorgeous home on Biltmore Place, probably live a little bit later. We just released it yesterday, 226 Biltmore Place. Check it out. We're going to be a little ambitious on the pricing. It's a fantastic house. It's in great condition. It's a premium lot. So we should be getting good activity on that as it comes out. Looking at Palmetto Trace specifically, and this is townhomes and homes mixed together. In fact, I can break that up for us a little bit. Let's start with the townhome section. Loading. I should have the Jeopardy song playing. Let's look at, so the number of sold listings is actually pretty consistent. Of course, we're analyzing so much less data that we can't pick up too much on the trends, but price trends, if you look at this, generally are still a little bit up. A big company called Corefact last week announced that they thought that the housing market would appreciate only 3.5% this year. Sure, that's not as high as it's been the last couple years, but I think one thing that's encouraging, especially from a big outfit like that, is they're still thinking there's going to be price appreciation this year. Sale to list price in the townhomes is a very high, 99.99% for the last few deals, one at 95.9, 96.9. So still not a lot of negotiating once you're selling. Days on market number is creeping up in there for a couple of the ones that have closed recently, 80 plus days. Still not really high. The average historically for days on market has been 100, 110 days. Months of inventory, again, it's going to bounce around a lot. 3 months, less than a month. Anything less than 5 or 6 months is a very, very good market over in the townhomes. Let's look at just detached single family. We have more houses to count here, so the charts will be a little bit more clear about how things are looking. So the number of sold listings is up a little bit since January, February. We sold 4 homes in March. We only had 1 and 0 sales in January and February. Not surprising because of the off season and around the holidays, people aren't doing a lot. Price trends, again, very generally are moving up. Sales price to list price ratio in the homes is a very, very good number, 98%, 100%, 98%. So lots of demand still for homes in Palmetto Trace. Same reason, like I just talked about, we just released 226 Biltmore, and we're very confident in being a little ambitious with the pricing there. Days on market, same story here. Look at this in the housing market in Palmetto Trace of the since July of last year. 5 days on the market, 38 days on the market, 10 days, 7 days, 15 days, 9 days. All these things that we hear negative about the real estate market, it's still a very, very good market in Palmetto Trace. So months of inventory numbers up a little bit in January. 5 months, again, is still seller side, is about neutral. And look at all this seller market territory we've been in, which just means that pricing is going to be stable at the very worst. So you shouldn't think about major price reductions in Palmetto Trace at this point. I think the big question mark is what's going to happen later in the year, later in the summer, going into third quarter. But for now, the market's still been very, very healthy in there. Looking at some pricing, this is just everything that's happened in the first quarter. 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhome closed at $320, another one at $324, $500, another one at $329. Going into single family units, 3-bedroom house closed at $457. Anything that has this orange here means that there's a sale pending. It hasn't closed yet. So the asking price here was $469 for a 3.2. Asking price here is $489. Asking price here for a 4.2 is $495. All those sales are pending. We had a 3.2 close at $499, a 4.2, a little more square footage, close at $548. Another one closed even more square footage, 4.4, closed at $580, and a 3.2, believe it or not, that closed at $649. Now, I didn't dig into all the details of pools or lots or condition and all that, but that's something I can certainly do. If you're on our email list, we have plenty of you that receive anytime there's market activity in Palmetto Trace, you're getting that information. So when you want to see something new to the market or a price change, or especially the sales, a lot of you are on our e-alert system already, so you'll get that information as soon as it happens. And it's the very accurate information right from our MLS system. So that's the Q1 market update for Palmetto Trace. Take a look at that marketing for 226 Biltmore Place. We're really excited about that. If you know anybody moving into the neighborhood, it's right up front. It's on the cul-de-sac on Biltmore Place, so not sitting right on Highway 98. There's no neighbors behind, so it's gorgeous woods. They have a screened-in patio. Check it out. In the meantime, if you want to be on our email list for market updates or receive our e-alerts, please let me know. If you know people in the neighborhood that want to see this, that haven't been watching it, and they want to get these e-alerts from us, I hate spam. I'm not a big fan of email. I work in it too much already, so I don't like to send out a ton of email, but we do once a month like to send out a report just to let you know what's happening in the market. So share this with anyone you think might be helpful. In the meantime, Craig Duran with the Duran Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thanks for watching.